All right, so I have a A7 envelope here. It's just one of those kind of cheaper ones that I was talking about that's just, you know, plain white and kind of flimsy, and which I said you don't really want to use for like wedding invitations or something like that. But I'm using it for this example just because it's easier to show. And it's the only, well, it's not the only light color one I have, but it's the best choice for a light colored one I have. So this is the A7 size, which again is 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. And then I also made a template here that is 5 by 7. It's going to fit right into this envelope. And then I'll show you, because it's a lighter envelope, how we're going to do the writing on it. So I'm going to put the template in here with the template facing out, obviously. So you can't really see it. You can kind of see it just like this. Probably not well on camera. But what I'm going to do is add, I have a light pad here, so that I can do this while I'm filming. It's going to be a little off kilter. Actually, I want to probably take this flap up so it's a little easier to see. But it's a little off. Let me move this over a little bit because it's kind of onto one side. All right. So one thing I can adjust on this light pad is I can make it brighter. And that made it a little easier to see. I'm not sure how well that's coming across on camera. Let's see if I can turn this around and you can see a little better. Hopefully you can see the lines through there. So you'll be able to go right through it with this template and the light pad and use the template, whatever you plan on putting. It depends on what you plan on putting, you know, on here for an address, what you plan on doing stylistically. But you would make a template or buy or find a template that would make it easier for you to do whatever you want, basically. So this is an example of that. Now what you would do with a darker envelope that you can't see through, let me show you. So like this gray one here, which is the same size, show you. Same size, A7. You put, you know, if you put this template in here, it's not gonna, you're not gonna be able to see through it, no matter how bright this light is. So what you have to do in that case is you can either use the same template next to it, like this, or even like this a little bit, so you can get to it, and then sort of use it as a guide, or like you can take another sheet of paper I mean, in this case, if you're doing script, you'd want to do it like this and then kind of know that you want to start there. But I showed you another way you can do it with the laser. Let me show you that. But you could use it in tandem with your template here, or, you know, whatever you want to use to make sure that this line is level and straight with the envelope. Yes, that's Chazzy. He's here. Assistant Chaz. Obviously, you'd have to do something similar, or use maybe a clear ruler to give you an idea of where each letter should be, to keep them proportional to each other. So it's a little bit more complicated with a dark envelope. Also, you run the risk of not being able to send it through the machine with white ink. Most of the time it works as long as things are legible and as long as there's enough contrast between the white ink and the dark envelope. The machine should be able to pick it up but depending on the post office you go to, you may end up paying extra postage for a darker envelope, like I said before. So darker envelopes may look, you may want a certain look to your envelope, but it's a little more complicated to work with. That's why people typically do lighter colored envelopes, or they do like a label that you can put on. And again, if that's the look you're going for, then that'll work for you. But this is how you would do your addressing with a darker colored envelope. Again, it's a little more work